Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 4th May 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. So first, we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. And after picking out of these articles, I will let you know like in how many dimensions you can think about that topic. And even if there is any connection between one subject to another subject, regarding a particular topic, we are also going to see that. So this analysis will be very useful for your prelims and mains. And even from interview point of view also, if there is any chance of getting question, I will be also letting you know. So we are not only seeing our different subjects, but even we are going to see even case studies. So if there is anything which is seen in news, there is a high chance of getting that same scenario in your case study. So from that point of view also, we are going to see these articles. Okay, so now let's get started. So first article in our front page is very important. So this article says about reservation. So first let me read the title. Title says Prime Minister strengthened reservation in his 2 terms in office. So as you all know that now we are having Lok Sabha elections. So before this, for 2 terms, who is the Prime Minister? That is Narendra Modi ji. So this article is taking about one stance by so and so political party. We are not going to see that. Okay, but here we are focusing on what is this reservation and even what is this Article 370 of Indian Constitution. But we are not entering into any political party or any political party agenda or any allegations made by one political party or another political party. So that is not our cup of tea. Okay. So now let us see the dimensions. So before seeing dimensions, I want to announce this Prelims cum Mains Foundation batch for 2025. And now we came up with new and some important features. So this foundation course will be there for your offline and online. So offline is classroom program. You will be coming to institute and you will be sitting in the classroom and you will be taking the classes. And this offline is you need to download app. Okay, so we are coming up with new app and new website of this Rathods IAS so that you can download app easily in Play Store, and it is like AI driven app. Okay. So in that app, so what are the classes which are going on in offline, you can see live. And if you are missing that live, if in case, you will be also getting the same recorded video in your student portal. And in offline, we are providing daily prelims and mains practice. The same thing will be going on in online. So in online, after writing your answer, you can upload in this portal itself in app. And next one is, we are focusing exclusively on CSAT and as well as current affairs. Daily current affairs class will be taken by me on offline. And even we are focusing on weekly and monthly current affairs compilations, that is nothing but magazines. And next one is, we are going to give you materials, study materials which are comprehensively related to prelims and mains. And as well as mains and prelims test series is also included in this so and so course. So there are 6 important pillars of this foundation course. First one is we have intensive planning. So once you take admission, on that day itself we are going to give you next 1 year schedule. Okay, with holidays and everything. And next one is course delivered by best faculties. So you can see the faculty list here. So we included some important faculties. Like I will be taking ethics, current affairs here. Next one is Ramesh sir, who is having more than 15 years of experience. He will be taking economy. And this one is Vilas sir, he is taking geography and environment and ecology here. And Sukru Sinha sir, he is like ex-defense officer, he is going to take science and technology. And this one is Reva sir, he is renowned faculty, he will be taking history. And this one is Nikhil sir for polity and IR, and Dheeraj sir, he is for environment. Okay, environment, and even actually this person who will be taking like even other important small modules like disaster management society as well. And we have Surendra sir, who is IIT faculty teaching CSAT here. So these are the faculties. So we have very experienced, highly skilled faculty. We will be delivering the lectures which is according to our UPSC. We are not going to take any stance like groups, etc. So only the delivery medium will be English. And next one is regular prelims and mains test will be there. And one-to-one personalized mentorship is the highlight of this program. So this one-to-one mentorship will be given by toppers. Dongri Revaya sir, who is working as IAS in Maharashtra cadre. And next one is Shivang Rastongi IRS sir, and Abhishek IRS sir, who is working in Assam. And next one is Lavanya ma'am. She is IFOS officer and she is very talented, and she cleared many states examinations and as well as UPSC twice, and even she cleared the cutoff of IFOS thrice. Okay, and she have good knowledge like how to clear prelims, and we are continuing the series of guiding students regarding how to clear prelims by this ma'am itself. Okay, so this is a very important facility. Nowhere in any institute, either in Delhi also, you will be getting this facility of talking directly to toppers and to guide and to take guidance under them. And next one is we have like daily current affairs by expert faculties by me, and admissions are open and admissions are going on. So new batch is going to be started from 27th May 2024. So try to take your admission either if you want online or either if you want offline. So you have to take admission before 27th May itself. And I will be available in this offline in Hyderabad. And if you want to talk to me directly and if you want to see like what we are providing, and if you come to office, we will be showing everything with proof, so that you will be believing us and you will be trusting us and you can join here. And one thing I want to say is, if you join here, we can give 100% of support in every step, like prelims, mains and interview. And I am also revealing our interview panelist, that is Muniappa sir, who is retired officer and also Chief Election Commissioner. Okay, so these are the highlights. So try to join this course for sure. And the fee is also less compared to of any other institutes. Okay, so if you want to contact us or if you want to directly talk to me, you can call to this number 8074765513. And even this is WhatsApp number, you can text me on WhatsApp also. Clear? And now let us move on to first article. So first article, it is talking about Article 370 of Indian Constitution. And the second keyword, it is talking about reservation. The first one is 370 article and next one is reservation. Actually, these topics are important from GS paper 2 under polity point of view. And because of this reservation, everything communal violence is going on. So this communal violence is one of the important topic under your internal security. Okay, and even you can connect this topic with GS paper 2 under governance and GS paper 2 under social justice or society, like what is the impact. So all these 4 subjects that we can connect with this single topic. So first, what are the dimensions you have to see from Article 370? So you have to see like what is this provision about, why abrogation of this Article 370 happened, and what is the impact of this abrogation of Article 370 of Indian Constitution. Clear? And next one is reservation. So you have to see like constitutional provisions of reservation, and you have to see like important articles. And whenever you are talking about reservation, there is one famous Supreme Court judgment. You have to know that. And if you read your fundamental rights part, you will be getting about that important case. That is Champakam Durai Rajan case. Okay, what is this case about? Champakam Durai Rajan case. So this case which is talking about reservation in educational institutions. And you have to see like recently 1/3 Constitutional Amendment Act which talks about reservation to EWS, and what is the impact of this reservation. Okay, so these all are some important things. Apart from that, you can also see this area like, so which are the other communities in India fighting for reservation. For example, Jat community, okay, Jat community and Maratha reservation. So these are some important movements which are going on, and you have to know examples and the locations where they are happening. So from this area also you can get a question from your prelims. So these are some important dimensions that you have to see. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. So there are very less number of articles in our today's Hindu newspaper, because today is Saturday, there is no op-ed page, there is no text and context. So we have left with very less number of articles and we are going to see those. Okay, probably I will be completing soon today. So why it is in news? Our Prime Minister has brought about landmark changes in abrogation of Article 370 of our Indian Constitution. But other political parties claiming that he didn't focus anything on reservation for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and as well as OBCs. So this is one allegation which is mainly made, okay, by other political parties on present ruling party. So what is Article 370? You have to know this, right? So Article 370 of our Indian Constitution, which talks about special category status which is given to Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, why? Because this region is under dispute between India, Pakistan and China. So as you all know, we have LOC, line of control, we have LAC, line of actual control, and even in the recent past we discussed about development projects in the Sajgam Valley by China, which is opposing by India. India doing protest against that. So because of this region we need to maintain political stability. So if you want to maintain political stability from government side, they need to get some special support. That is given under this Article 370 of Indian Constitution. Okay, so this Article 370, it was drafted by N. Gopalakrishna Swamy Iyengar. Actually, he was a member of Constituent Assembly of India and he was added this provision to our constitution. But at that time, our founding fathers, they added this provision as a temporary provision, but they didn't say it will be permanent. Okay, they added just on a temporary provision. And even this Article 370, which allowed the state to have its own constitution and to have its own flag and autonomy over most matters except defense, foreign affairs and as well as communications. Okay, it allowed the state to have its own constitution and to have a flag and to have autonomy over most matters except defense, foreign affairs and as well as communications. Okay, now let us see some more important facts regarding this Article 370. So let us have a look over this map so that you can understand exactly what this Article 370 is about. So this infographic which is talking about what is Article 370 exactly. So this Article 370 which guarantees special category status to Jammu and Kashmir, and under this article, so this state government is having power to make its own constitution and even to make separate set of laws for state residents and as well as citizenship regarding things, and even ownership of property and fundamental rights of people in that so and so area. And this one is article which also says like citizens from other states, they cannot purchase land or property in the state. And this one is center cannot declare financial emergency under Article 370 in this state. So these are some special provisions which is given to Jammu and Kashmir under this Article 370 of Indian Constitution. Clear? And now let us see why this Article 370 got abrogated. So this is very important. Okay, so even though it had been done in 2019, so you can expect a question. Because UPSC testing like what is happening in our country, whether UPSC aspirants are knowing that or not, they are aware or not. So because of this, from contemporary topics you are getting question, and whenever any article which is seen in news, that is very important, as you all know. Sorry, you are matured, you are not kids, right? Yes, now let us see why this Article 370 got abrogated. So integration and development. So for integration development, so Article 370 hindered the complete integration of Jammu and Kashmir into Indian Union. So because of this, there is some sense of separatism and as well as impeding. That means there is very low development which is happening. So to remove all this, mainly to eliminate this sense of separatism and to focus on development, because it is having own rules, or it can have the power to make the rules regarding residence, regarding citizenship, regarding property ownership, etc. So that here central government cannot go there for development. So for that also they came up with abrogation of this Article 370. And next important point is, it was believed that full integration would allow better access to resources, and even we can go for better infrastructure development, and even it provides opportunities for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So in all these things it is very useful. And next one is from this national security point of view also it is very important. So this Article 370, it was exploited by Pakistan to support terrorism and to support separatism in this region. So because of this, whenever there is removal, that is abrogation of this Article 370, then that will strengthen national security, national integrity, right? And next one is, we can also end discrimination. So Article 370 is discriminating against women, Dalit and other marginalized groups in Jammu and Kashmir. So because of this abrogation, so that can bring them under umbrella of Indian laws, and even that will be providing them equal rights and opportunities. So for this also abrogation is very important. And next one is to increase transparency and accountability. So Article 370, which created a lack of transparency and accountability in the governance of Jammu and Kashmir, the abrogation would bring the state under purview of Central Vigilance Commission and the Right to Information Act of 2005. So that will be helpful for increasing of accountability and transparency. And this one is, it will also helpful for improving of economic prosperity. So Article 370, which hindered economic development in Jammu and Kashmir. So because of this, whenever we are going for removal, that will allow for greater investment, and that will be helpful for tourism and as well as job creation in the region. So all these which shows about the importance of abrogation of Article 370. I hope it is clear, right? Now I want to give you one mains question for practice for you students. So if you want, please take a screenshot or take down the question. Analyze Supreme Court's recent judgments on its abrogation of Article 370 and also evaluate impact of this decision on violence, economic growth, infrastructure, development and tourism in the region. Okay, try to write an answer for this question. Okay, don't forget. And now let's move back to our Hindu. So there is nothing much in the city page, so you can directly move on to states page. So in states page nowadays there are articles which are related to environment and ecology are coming. So because of this, don't skip this states news page. Okay. Okay, let us see. Yes, here you can see one article, that is swell waves. Swell waves likely to strike coastal areas over weekend, says INCOIS. So which are the keywords? Tell me fast. Okay, see the board and tell me. So here we have INCOIS, this is one keyword, and next one is swell waves. Yes or no? So now let us see this topic in detail. So this is important from different subjects again. Okay, one keyword is swell waves. Okay, and next one is INCOIS. So from this INCOIS, you can expect prelims based question. And from swell waves, you can expect both prelims and mains based question. So this swell waves, it is important from your environment and ecology, and even from GS paper 1 geography point of view. Clear? So what are the dimensions you have to see? So first one is, you have to understand what is this swell wave first, and you have to see like what is the mechanism of formation. What is the mechanism of formation? and you have to see what is the impact. So all these three are very important. And from inquires you have to see like what are the basic facts. That's it. So now let us see this article in detail. So why it is news? INCOI stands for Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. Okay, Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services alerted coastal states like Goa, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So if you draw maps, so let me draw a map and show the locations. So what we have in this western coast side, we have Arabian Sea. We have Bay of Bengal on this east coast side. So here we have Goa and this part is like Maharashtra, and here we have Tamil Nadu, and next here we have Kerala. Okay, next is Lakshadweep here, Andaman and Nicobar Islands here, and Odisha here. So only some states. Why not here we have Karnataka? So here we have AP. So why not there? So here you have to know one more mechanism, like whenever any cyclone which had been formed here, so they will be moving in this direction. Okay, so you have to know like which states they are going to be affected more if there is any cyclone or floods. And even one more area that you can focus is why there is increasing of cyclones in Arabian Sea in recent past. It is also very important. Yes, now let's just see details. So it also urged that total suspension of operational recreational activities at beach nearshore regions. So this inquires which gave alerts, and it said that total suspension of operational or recreational activities at beach or nearshore regions, we have to go for stalling of, that means stopping of these activities. And especially fishermen and coastal populations, they have been advised and they had been cautioned like possible surge of waves, that is increase of waves, such as gushing of seawater. Seawater will be coming towards coast at a very high speed. Okay, and these long period swells, they are combined with high tide conditions. So whenever there is high tide conditions, so first of all you have to know what is the meaning of tide. Tide is nothing but rise or fall of water level. Rise or fall of water level is called tides. So in these tides we have high tides and as well as low tides. So this long period swell waves is also combined with high tide conditions. So whenever it is causing high tide, so what is the reason for this formation of tides? It is because of gravitational force of sun and as well as moon. Yes or no? So here what happened? So whenever earth is rotating and even revolving, sometimes we will be having high tide and sometimes we will be having low tides. Yes or no? So whenever there is a high tide which is combined with this long period swell, that can cause coastal flooding. Okay, so that can cause coastal flooding in this low-lying areas. So what is the meaning of a swell? Swell, it is in short formation of long wavelength waves. Okay, so there is a long wavelength waves and this is called as swell. So it is mainly seen on the surface of the seas. On the surface of the seas, so this long wavelength waves are formed, and these are mainly composed of series of surface gravity waves. And now let us focus on the formation of these waves. So they occur not due to local winds. It is very important. So you can get a statements like, so recently water swell is in news. So consider the following statements. So first one will be they are caused by local winds. So these long swells, it is not at all related to local winds, but they are caused because of distant storms like hurricanes or even long periods of fierce gale winds. So because of this very fierce gale winds and as well as because of hurricanes, it is the one important reason for this swells. So during such storms, huge energy transfer takes place from air onto water, that will be leading to formation of very high waves. and such waves they can travel thousands of kilometers from the storm center until they strike the shore. And if you see important features, swells they have a narrower range. Okay, swells they have a narrower range of frequencies and directions than locally generated wind waves, because swell waves have dispersed from their generation area and they had been even dissipated, and therefore they lost an amount of randomness. So because of this they do not have like important thing. Okay, so actually you have to remember swells are narrower range of frequencies or the directions, and they are locally generated wind waves, because this swell waves are dispersed from their generation area and they will be carried out. And these waves they can propagate in all in the directions which are different from the direction of the wind. Okay, that is also one important thing. And their wavelength will maybe exceed more than 150 meters. It is more than 150 meters. And this swell wavelength also varies from one event to another event. And these swells which are longer than around even 700 meters, it is occurring because of more severe storms. And even it occurs without precursors or any kind of local wind activity. Okay, so this is the one important thing. So here, before coming this water swells, yes, we can get warnings. So in India, early warning systems like swell surge forecast system, we have that. So it had been launched by NCOIS in year 2020, and because of this, NCOIS will be giving warning in advance. Okay, so this is about this topic, and now let us move on to our paper back. In this editorial page, so this article it is about crime, so you are not going to see this. And next one, it is about global rise, India's global rise, its regional decline. So actually this article which is comparing India's rise with South Asia and some other countries. So I have to do some research and I want to give you like best information. So I will be coming up with a separate video on this. And next topic, it is about SDG goals, and this article is very important and we are going to see that now. And here you have to know some dimensions. So what is this SDG? That is Sustainable Development Goals. And how many SDGs are there? There are 17 SDGs. And what is the target year? So we have to achieve them by 2030. So my sincere request is by heart all these SDGs. Yes, because whenever you are writing an answer, so you can include this SDG in everywhere it is possible, even in your essay, everywhere. So for that, this is very important. So by heart this, okay. So I will be coming up with some short videos like where you have to focus. So watch those videos for sure. So I will be posting from today onwards, like where you have to focus exactly to clear this examination. I will be giving you some shortcuts. They are not exactly shortcuts, but I will be giving you some tips. Yes, now let us see this article in detail. So first you have to see what is this SDG meaning and why we need this and what are the challenges and even why India is so back. What are the reasons for the backwardness of India to achieve the sustainable development goals? And you have to see what are the initiatives came up by India, because India has launched many schemes to achieve the sustainable development goals. For example, I can say MG Narega scheme, okay, and even vaccination program. So with that vaccination program, it is focusing to achieve 14 out of 17 sustainable development goals. Okay, so in that way you have to see the initiatives and also way forward. So this topic is at most important from your mains, not from your prelims. So now let us see this topic in detail. So if you see the context why it is in news. So United Nations Summit on Sustainable Development Goals, that is UN SDG, that has held in New York September 18 to 19. So which assessed progress towards achieving of this sustainable development goals. So meet had happened, and in that meet they have assessed like, so can we achieve this sustainable development goals or not. So the Agenda 2030, which was adopted by United Nations General Assembly in 2015, so they have identified 17 sustainable development goals with 169 specific targets. They have to be achieved by 2030. And the program has internationally non-binding program. It is very important. But all countries, they have to be committed to work towards those goals. And this will be helpful in transiting to sustainable development. It is a common global endeavor. So we're talking about the sustainable development goals. So the sustainable development goals, they are a universal call to action. So here we are focusing on ending of poverty, ending of hunger, to protect our planet, like that, and we have to enjoy peace and as well as prosperity throughout the world. And there are total 17 interlinked goals. So they are interlinked because, so if you are focusing on one area, yes, there will be some result which is seen on another area, like outcomes are interconnected. And here whenever we are focusing on this sustainable development, it should balance even social, economic and environmental sustainability as well. So they were adopted by United Nations General Assembly resolution in September 2015. Okay, so these are the sustainable development goals. Okay, so all these are 17. So let me read one by one. So I will be also trying to come up with mnemonic to remember these sustainable development goals, and I will be making a separate short video. Okay, 1, no poverty. Second one is no hunger. And next one is good health and well-being. Next one is quality education, and with that we can get equality. And sixth one is clean water and sanitation. And next one is affordable and clean energy. And next one is decent work and economic growth, that is sustainable development goal 8. Ninth one is industry, innovation and infrastructure. And 10th one is reduced inequalities. And next one is sustainable cities and communities. And 12th one is responsible consumption and production. And 13 is climate action. 14 is life below water. 15th one is life on land. And 16th one is peace and justice, strong commitment. Okay, strong institutions we need to have. And 17th one is partnership for goals. So these are 17 sustainable development goals we have to achieve. And now let us see what are the reasons why India is poor in achieving this sustainable development goal, or why India is very low in this sustainable development goal performance. So as an Indian, yes, you have to know this. And as an UPSC aspirant, so it is your responsibility to know about the sustainable development goals. So first one is there is slow world growth rate. So to reach this sustainable development goals, the world needs to grow by 2.5 percentage points every year. But the world has only growing by 0.36. So we need to have the growth 2.5, but actually on reality the growth is 0.36 percentage points. So because of this, here we are not achieving this, and we are at a very slow pace. And this one is linear extrapolation. Okay, to illustrate the gap between expectations and delivery, so one can use linear exploitation to project a future date when the world will achieve perfection. And this is merely a generalization, since countries that are getting near completion will probably start focusing and funding other goals as well. And which one is unrealistic promises. Some of these promises, such as ending war, poverty, climate change, hunger, disease, they are unrealistic and they are not practical in India. And next one is we are also focusing on problem called as impossible to focus. So having 169 aims, like having no priorities. So promising everything makes it very impossible to focus. So most of the countries, they are either not able or willing to set aside because they do not have proper money or proper funding. And if you see India's specific reasons, so first important one is worsening period. So recent Lancet report also said that many districts will not meet the targets on SDG even after 2030 because there is worsening trend is seen in India. And this one is financing SDGs. So SDGs, you are having some targets like zero hunger and poverty. So they require significant investments to estimate them. Okay, so because of this, it is also becoming difficult. And next one is monitoring and ownership of implementation process. So although Niti Aayog is expected to play an important role, the members of Niti Aayog have expressed their concerns time again about the limited manpower. There is also very limited manpower that we are having to handle such a huge very big task. So these are some important things. Clear? And now let us move back to our Hindu page. So here there is ground zero. So there is no, it is not much important. And in this news page also I found nothing much important. So you can move on to another page and leave the selection page. It is not at all our cup of tea. Yes, in this page you can see one important article. India press freedom score fell over last year, says RSF. So this article is talking about India's press freedom index. So if there is any index or any report which is seen in news, there is high chance of getting your prelims question, and even you can use that data in your mains answers also. So this type of articles are our cup of tea. Yes, now let us see this article. So let me explain you which are the dimensions you have to focus. So this article is talking about press freedom index. First thing you have to know is which organization is releasing that index and what is India's ranking. Okay, so first one is India's ranking and second one is top countries and bottom countries. And nowadays the trend of UPSC is they are also started asking indicators. So on which indicators they are dependent on. So you have to see even indicators and what is the significance. So actually the issue is there is downfall, decreasing of India's score. So here you have to see reasons why. So from this area you can get directly a prelims question, but in mains you have to use the data that you collected here while you are writing your answers and also essay. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. So why does the news? India's score in the World Press Freedom Index fell over the last year. So last year it was 36.6. It had been reduced to 31.2. So this data, it is according to Reporters Without Borders, RSF. It is also called as Reporters Sans Frontiers. So India's rank improved from 161 in 2023 to 159 in 2024. 161 in 2023 to 159 in 2024. But this was because other countries had slipped in their rankings. So here even if you see Norway and Denmark topped this list and Eritrea and Syria they are bottom. So press freedom questionnaire covers like 5 categories. So first one is political context, second one is legal framework, third one is economic context, fourth one is socio-cultural context, and next one is security context. India had been very bad in the security indicator. So what is the importance of this press freedom in India? So first one is democracy and accountability. So journalists, they investigate and they report on government actions, policies, decisions, and they are holding officials accountable for their actions. Okay, so because of this it is very important. We have to know like what is happening in this journalist, and because press is the fourth state. Yes or no? And next one is information dissemination. So press will be helping the citizens to know about what is happening. So here citizens will get informed about current events, government activities, societal issues, and even public will be get empowered through this news. And next one is, it is also helpful for checking on power. So whenever we are having a free press which acts as a check on abuse of power by the government and other powerful entities, and even it also helps to uncover corruption, human rights abuses and other wrongdoings, so that it is making it very difficult for those in authority to act with impunity. And this one is transparency and accountability. So a free press promotes transparency in the government operations and even in decision making process. So even it helpful to uncover hidden agendas, conflicts of interest and other factors that may influence government actions. And this one is diverse voices. So India has a very diverse country, you know that, right? So we have different languages, different cultures, different regions, religions, etc. So because of this here, free press which provides a platform for diverse voices and as well as viewpoints, so that even the minority concerns can be heard. Next one is the protection of fundamental rights. So if you are having a free press, it is acting as a guardian for fundamental rights, okay, including right to freedom of expression and even right to know. It helps to protect these rights by advocating for the rights of individuals and groups. And this one is international standing. So India's reputation on global stage, it is influenced by its commitment to press freedom, and also it is upholding press freedom demonstrates a commitment to democratic values and human rights, and even that will be helpful for enhancing India's standing in international community. And what are the challenges which are regarding press freedom in India? This is very important. So first and the foremost point here is there are legal and regulatory constraints. So India has laws that can be used to restrict the press freedom. For example, we have defamation laws, we have sedition laws and even laws which are related to national security. So these laws, they sometimes use it to intimidate these journalists and media organizations. And even we have government interference. So there has been instances of government interference in editorial independence of media outlets, and governments are using this newspaper for advertisements, their budgets, rewards, or to punish media organizations. And next one is there is also threat and violence. So journalists in India which have often faced like physical threats, violence, especially reporting on sensitive issues like corruption, organized crime or communal tensions, etc. So in this context, so these journalists, they will be attacked and they are even killed on the line of duty. For example, Gauri Lanka case. So I can't remember the name correctly. So if you know, so please comment below. It will be around Gauri only. And next one is self-censorship. So due to fear of reprisals or pressure from various sources, journalists and media outlets, they may engage in self-censorship and avoiding certain topics or taking a cautious approach to reporting. And even ownership and control. So media ownership in India is often concentrated in the hands of few powerful entities. For example, you can see different channels. I don't want to announce this here, but in India, yes, this is going on. So many news channels, they are owned by only powerful peoples. And this one is defamation lawsuits. So journalists and media, they are like frequently targeted for this defamation lawsuits, and which can be time consuming and as well as financially burdensome. So because of this, these are the challenges which are faced in India, especially that is affecting the freedom of press. And next I want to give you one question, that is discuss about key challenges to press freedom in India and suggest measures for the protection and promotion of a free and independent press in the country. So this is a mains practice question. Try to write answer for this question. And now let us move back to other article. So here you can see title says India Indonesia agree to enhance defense industry collaboration. So this article is very important because it is talking about India Indonesia relationship. So here I will be telling you the dimensions. It is talking about India-Indonesia relations. So here you have to see history of India-Indonesia relations, some important areas of cooperation, and what are the deals we have, and India and Indonesia, they are members in which organizations, and you have to see what is the impact of this decision of increasing of defense cooperation. So all these are very important, and if there are any challenges, you have to see even challenges. Okay, that's it. In business page, there is one article regarding IIP. Every month we will be discussing this topic. So I want to leave this topic for you only. You have to do some research regarding this IIP. So these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper, and by this I am concluding. Before that, I want to show you where you can get the notes of this class. So in this Rathods IAS classes Telegram channel, you can get the notes of this class. And even I forgot to say one thing, if you want to have mentorship with toppers, and once our app is ready, yes, you can go for purchasing of this course of mentoring with officers. Okay, so it will be around 10,000 to 12,000. Okay, so that they will be mentoring throughout year in a right direction. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. So by this I am concluding. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy.